Hello and welcome to Meanwhile in the Falklands. We've been away quite some time. If you can hear some munching in the background, that's Hannah.
It's me!
With a packet of crisps. That, tell you something, they're like gold dust at the
These
moment.
are very good. I've not had these before. Honey barbecue, King's Deli, hand-cooked potato crisps.
Give it a plug.
Ooh.
Give it a plug. Available at Stanley
Please give us
Services.
some free ones.
Available at Stanley Services. No, seriously, there's quite a few things that are out at the moment in the shops, isn't there?
Yeah. Well, the scouts come in, which means we're actually going to have more fresh fruit and veg. Hurrah!
Which is a ship. For those of you who are in the dark about that, the Scout is a ship.
Which
it's
is
not
good.
some 7-year-old boy dressed in green
delivering
shorts.
delivering veg
stuff.
door to door. Yes. No, we're excited about that. I mean, I've been without fresh veg for a long time.
I know.
But you've been lucky.
Yes.
You have been rather lucky.
We have been quite lucky. We've been in the UK and we came out of quarantine, a week and a half ago. But while we were in quarantine, you see, somebody was delivering us food parcels and said, what would you like? And I was writing, tomatoes, cucumber and stuff. Can't get tomatoes and cucumber for love nor money. Yeah, in the UK, it was really good, I have to say. We wore our masks when we went shopping, as you do. And obviously it's very nice to have all that stuff. But do you know what? I've just bought some frozen strawberries, frozen raspberries, frozen blueberries, making smoothies and stuff out of them. It's all right.
You do have the best blender.
Oh,
From my house sitting days, honestly, the best blender, Magimix, another plug, please send us a free one. No, it was
how
really good.
many years have we been plugging and saying iPhones are the best?
I know.
And Apple,
Never.
not a job. Not a job.
No,
Anyway,
nothing.
so yes, we're back to normal now. So, dear listener, I know you've missed us. Hopefully you'll hear us every week now. It has been quite tough because it's just been you and Ollie on your own.
It's always, now it's just you and I. And, we've got Tom, Tom the graphics man.
Yeah, who's at college this afternoon.
Yeah.
But so Ollie's gone on holiday. He's gone to Bleaker Island.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm quite jealous. But then at this time of year, with the whole coronavirus stuff, a lot of it, I think, has switched to self-catering and things like that.
Yeah.
A lot of local tourist businesses and stuff are quite worried because they don't know whether they're going to get any tourists coming in for the next season.
It's quite difficult. I think from what I can read, some people are predicting there will be a tourist season of some kind, but it's going to be nowhere near to what people are used to.
The good thing is that, on the way back, tourists don't have to quarantine when coming from the Falklands back to the UK. But if they're coming in, they're still got to quarantine for 2 weeks.
Who's going to
be able to do that, especially if they're working and they've taken time off? I don't know, so it'll be interesting to see what happens and whether many people come in at all.
Yeah.
I don't know what will happen with the cruise ships either.
I don't know either. It's all a little bit up in the air. I mean, it's only July.
Yeah.
And look at what the difference is between from, March to now. So who knows?
But then you've
Who
also
knows
got
what's
the
gonna
UK
happen.
worrying that there might be a second wave. Never know. I'm worried I might get stuck there when I go on my
Yes.
holiday.
You're going next week, aren't you?
Yes.
Next
6
Friday.
weeks. 6 weeks. Woo, woo. I'll
So-
probably get stuck out there or it will be delayed because with the state of the weather at the moment,
It
who
is
knows whether it even come in.
throwing it down with snow. And I looked out the window earlier and thought, gosh, I wouldn't want to be walking in that, and then realised that poor old Tom would be walking to college in it, so I've just gone out and given him a lift. And it was absolutely throwing it down with snow. So although the UK is supposed to be having the hottest day of the year on Friday.
This is what I'm hardly waiting for. All I care about is getting there, seeing my family, sitting in the garden, getting a tan, and that's it. Maybe a haircut and some new clothes in the mix as well.
Yeah, so while you're in the UK, because what occurred to me that while I was in lockdown in the UK and in quarantine here is that you want to learn to play a musical instrument. How many people, listener, how many people are you sitting there out there going, oh, I really want to play any musical instrument?
Well, it's a great time to do it.
It's a great time to do it. So what do you play?
I play guitar, although I say that, I haven't picked my guitar up since I've been here. So I'm going to purchase a guitar, I've decided.
Okay, yeah.
Purchase a guitar on Chebe and pick it up again. But I used to play cello. There's a fun fact.
Oh, did you?
Yes. Mum, if you're listening, we've still got the Christmas Carol album that I did with a couple of my friends. Me sat on the front with the cello in between my legs and my school uniform.
For the benefit of the tape.
I'm doing the
Hannah
pose.
has just done the pose of how she played
Used
the
to play
cello.
piano a little bit, but
What was
not.
the first instrument you learnt then?
First instrument was probably recorder.
Yes.
probably was recorded, or something like
Now-
a triangle.
See, I've got a big beef about this because the recorder is one of the most popular ones to learn. That's your first instrument you learn. Probably because it's cheap to buy. But you have to learn to read music.
Yeah.
And I think as an adult, I'm talking to you now, listener, as an adult, you probably don't have the time to devote to learn how to read music and all that kind of... You just want... Isn't it really awful that these days you just want instant...
The good thing though about stuff like the recorder and the Irish tin whistle is they've just got the finger blacked out on the holes on the picture, so a bit like guitar tabs.
But you still got to learn how to read it. But talking of guitar tabs, so I actually have here, listen.
Here we go. Paula's picked up her favourite.
Yeah, I actually have my ukulele. So while I was in the UK, I did buy a ukulele.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice
So
one as well.
it is beautiful. It's a oh gosh, what do you call it? It's a pineapple shape. Oh, take a picture.
I'm taking a picture.
Oh, no.
There we go.
Woo. Yes, it's a pineapple shaped one. It's a concert, which is the size. And the beauty of a ukulele is that you actually...
Ooh, music to my ears.
You just read off tab.
Yeah.
So they've got lines which represent the strings, and then a number which tells you which
finger on what
fret to do.
Yeah.
And away you go. So you
But
don't
I
need
like
to.
that with the picking. It's similar with guitar. If you're picking,
Yeah.
it's all like that, which is pretty straightforward. But reading the actual music is the more difficult thing. I got given I had this bright idea once where I wanted to learn the mandolin.
Oh, that's
So I
difficult.
got one. I got given
Did
one for
you?
my birthday from an antiques. It was either from an antiques market or something. Picked it up. Oh yeah, lovely, lovely. Didn't realise that it's like 8 strings or something. Do you know, 10 strings, something crazy. And
Because it's got the double
Yeah.
string. You've got
Yeah.
Yeah.
and I still haven't picked it up. It's still in my cupboard at home.
Okay. So ukulele, there's a store down in Bournemouth called the Southern Ukulele Shop or the Southern Ukulele Store. Highly recommend you get hold of them. They do deliver. They're fantastic. They've got some YouTube videos online so you can look at what they've got. And they sent me mine and were very, very helpful. However,
Paula's also got a pile of things.
I've got a pile of instruments.
This is something I'm very interested in. What's in
Yeah.
this black box?
So this is something which I think you might like. It's called a Kalimba.
Ooh.
And
What?
it's basically a finger piano.
Oh, that's nice, isn't it?
Yeah, so that's it.
Let's have a little.
So that's a
Oh, I like this.
yeah. So you just sit there, and you can get ones that have got like 8 or 10 notes on them, and you can just play anything and it sounds okay. That's a 17 note one, but you can download again charts off the internet that you just follow the charts, or on YouTube you just follow a video.
Just so relaxed. I could
You
just
just
do a
sit there and
sleep
play-
right
yeah.
now. This
Yeah.
is.
Isn't it fantastic?
Where did you find this?
Amazon.
And where did these come from originally?
They're African.
Ah.
Yeah, but I mean they vary in price. I mean you can pick up one for about 10 quid,
No.
and then that one's not 10 quid. That one's a little bit more than 10 quid. But yeah,
And they're numbered as well, so I can get. I guess the tabs are quite.
Yeah, so you don't need to learn to read music. You can just have a little play, and you tune it with
Oh, you tune it.
a little hammer.
Can I have it?
So-
Which bit do I hammer?
Oh, you don't hammer anything because it's in tune at the moment. But when it's out of tune, you just tap the little keys to put them back in place.
How would you know if it's out of tune? Because it just sounds lovely all the time.
You can hear it. So when I first took it out the box, the E note was very flat, so I had to tap that back in place.
God, you don't even need to do anything. You can just do this.
You can just sit there and just play it all time, and it's copyright free.
Oh,
Even
lovely! New podcast jingle. Here we go. You're the ukulele. I'll do this.
better. Yeah.
Very nice.
So the other thing I picked up, which I haven't actually taken out of the box,
Oh, I love one of these.
is the Irish tin whistle. So it's in the key of D anyway. This particular one, you can get them all in different keys, and you just follow. I mean, you will need to learn to read music to play that.
No, I don't think you do.
Or
You
you
do
can just
not.
let it go.
Look, there's little pictures of the recorder underneath.
Oh yeah, so
this is what I was saying. So
Didn't
you
have
can
my
put your
glasses
fingers in
on.
the right spot. Don't even have to read music.
So you don't even have to read music for that. So, listener, if you're sitting out there going, I'd really like to play a musical instrument, there's just numerous ones.
Many options.
You don't have to pick up a violin. You don't have to pick up a clarinet. There are numerous ones that you can pick up that with a little bit of practice.
Why don't they make kids learn to read music at school as part of the curriculum?
I don't know. I learnt to read music when I was, and it was a very traumatic experience, which I'm going to relate to you now. It involved me and David. His name was David Lewis, actually.
Ooh.
Yeah, if he's listening. We were in the same class. We were 5 years old, and we were in the recorder group. And the first thing you had to play was B, A, and G. So it's left hand, 1 finger, 2 fingers, and 3 fingers. And when you could play that, it's all about breath control and making sure your finger
covered the hole. Yeah.
And when you could play that, you were allowed back into the recorder group. And I remember David and me, we sat on the steps of the staff room with our recorders at playtime, playing BAG over and over again, and he got it before I did.
Aww.
And I remember begging him not to go in without me because I wanted to be, and then we were allowed back into the recorder group. But then so that was the descant recorder, which is really quite shrill. Then when we got a little bit older, you were able to play the treble recorder, which is slightly different fingering, and then a tenor recorder when you were in the year 6.
What's the huge recorder? There's one that's absolutely huge.
Oh, there's numerous ones. I've got a bass recorder, which is about.
You've got a big.
Yeah, it's about sort of 4 or 5 foot long, and it's bent.
Yeah.
And you can play that. But they've got other ones that are much bigger. Wendy Reynolds, who's down here, she's got a contrabass, which is absolutely huge.
I always wanted to learn to play the harp. We've got a family friend who plays the harp, and she's
that's why you like that.
fantastic at it. But
You're sitting there playing that.
The cost of a harp is ridiculous,
very
you know.
expensive. Yeah.
And I wouldn't even know replacing strings and stuff, and where do you
know.
even begin to play?
I don't know. You can pick up a ukulele for about £20.
20 quid, yeah.
You can pick up a Kalimba for about £10 to £20.
Oh, I might have to pick up one of these.
And this Irish tin whistle was, I think, included a CD and a book on how to play it. That was about £12. So for a relatively
I've gone into a state of mesmerisation. I can't say.
Yeah.
Even say it. I like this.
You're liking that, aren't you?
It's very relaxed.
Shall I keep it in the office?
Yes, I think when we're having a little
we're stressed
moment, we can just.
Yeah. We're not going to go too much into the details, listener. But yesterday morning, FITV was out in force down at the town hall by the court.
This is a serious story. Sorry, I'll put this over here. There we go.
Down at the court, waiting for the defendants to appear in court. That was quite. I feared for your fingers.
Yes, we were absolutely freezing.
It was
me and Paul
absolutely
Tom
freezing.
catching a hypothermia and a pneumonia.
Yeah.
It was funny actually. The number of people that walked past us because we had all the tripods set up and cameras and said, "Oh, are you cold? You must be cold. You must be cold. Are you getting paid more for this? You need a pay rise for this." It was just funny. Absolutely hilarious. I was like, God, do we look that cold? Poor old Tom though, no gloves.
No.
Rookie error.
Rookie error. We actually do have a hat at home that I got from Stanley Services which says I love tar. There's a mug in the kitchen that's got I love tar on it as well. I don't know what it is about tar.
That would suit me down to the T.
Yeah. So I'm going to give him that hat, so he's got a hat to wear. This morning we were down at the Seafarers Mission.
Yes, we had a nice chat with Morris and met the lovely, lovely miniature schnauzer Marlon. He's a bit under the weather though, poor doggy.
He is. He is. He's lovely. If you want to see Marlon, have a look at.
Oh, we can stick it. We've got loads of we'll stick a clip up of Marlon for you guys.
He's absolutely gorgeous.
In his Christmas outfit.
Yeah, we'll do that. So we've got Legislative Assembly on Thursday, so we'll be listening to that, I think, from the comfort of our office.
Yeah. Are we wall sampling?
Yeah, you're good. What is that all about?
I have absolutely no idea. I'm very excited. I think it's to do with knowing how to grade the wall and fluff it, I think was the term that was used in the email. Clump it, and I don't know, but it'll be interesting to have a look and have a go. If I don't fall into the sea, because it's on Five Pass.
It's on Five Pass. It's on a dodgy part of Five Pass as well, which is the
port.
Yeah.
It should be interesting.
But haven't the Falklands, over the last, was it 10 or 15 years or something, their wool clippers got very fine now?
Yes.
So when I first came here, I'm sure they used to say that Falklands wool was only good for carpets and stuff.
Whereas now it's
now underwear and things like that.
And it's got a higher micron than it's ever had.
Okay.
I thought,
will you be finding out more about that?
I will be finding out. As you can tell, I don't really know much about it, but I can blag. I can blag about wool for days. But yeah, no, that should be quite interesting. Well, I don't think we've ever filmed wool sampling before.
I don't think we have. No.
So
I have
learning something new.
I have been in that warehouse. I have been in that, and there is a photograph, I think, of the whole of the FITV team back there in the warehouse.
I think the warehouse is where they do the biosecurity dog training.
Oh.
So I think I have been in there. It's very dark and dim. It's dark. Big warehouse, but dark.
Yes, that's probably true.
So it'll be very interesting to see what that looks like.
So yeah, that's our week really. Finishing off with a pasta course that I'm going on. Marienella's doing a pasta course. Oh, and the good news is the FIODA.
Yes, I was looking at this FIODA read through. What's this about?
So FIODA they were just finishing rehearsals for witness for the prosecution, and it got to they had to stop because of lockdown here in the Falklands, because it was locked down in here in Falklands, wasn't it? And so they sort of put it on hold, but now they've been told they can do it.
But are they doing it? So they're actually going to be doing it. It's not just going to be because I know they were umming and ahhing about doing an audio.
No, it's going to
version of it.
They're going to be doing it in October.
Oh, that would be good.
We have been asked nicely if we could go and film it for them as well. Yeah. Which we'll do earlier on in the week.
That'd be good.
So,
are you in it?
I don't know at the moment. I wasn't, because I was going to be away or just got back. Mm-hmm. But I know because of this delay, some people have had to drop out, so I may have a part in it.
Well, that would be good.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. It's going to be great.
I don't even know, what is it about, the play?
Witness of the Prosecution. Yeah. I think it's Agatha Christie.
I do love a good Agatha Christie.
Yeah, and it's basically this chap who's accused of killing this elderly woman.
Yeah.
And it's just a court case, really.
That sounds interesting.
It's very, very good.
Who's playing the judge?
Keith Biles.
Ooh!
Yeah.
That's good. That was exciting.
It is very good. Next week, I'll tell you something, looks like it's Committee City.
It does. Good job, I'm going away. No, it wouldn't be too bad, would it? I have a feeling my flight will probably be a bit delayed if the weather's like this. Because the Airbridge has already been delayed for this week, so we shall soon find out. And Ollie will be back from his holidays.
So that's been it, really, I think.
We've got an exciting tour on Saturday, don't we?
Yes. What time are we going to do that? Do we know yet? Waiting for the call back. HMS Forth, which is the military ship that's down here, replaced Clyde, is down and doing an open day.
They've got some very good Scottish dancers on there as well, as they did attend Burns Night. And it's a Scottish ship, so they've got their own tartan.
Oh, of course.
There we go, there's a nice angle.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they've got their own tartan, and there was a couple of Scottish crew members that came to...
Have they got pipers on there?
I don't know. Maybe.
It'd be interesting. Might need to find out whether they've got some pipers on
there. That could
be
our angle. There we go.
Football and darts result. I see that because we now have got Ollie, who's...
Sporting mad.
Yeah. So we've got football results coming in on a regular basis. That's good. He's done some pretty cool tables.
Yes, he has. And Tom's done quite a few cool graphics as well for it, which is good. Can you tell that I've stood clear of the sports? Me and you, on you go.
That's that office.
And this week you'll probably notice that the sports are a little less well reported.
And because I had to write it we get a report given us, but I just condense it a little bit. So I was I was walking through the office going, what does this mean? Yes, that's really it. Darts, it's nice to see that darts are back on track.
Yeah.
Any news, are they going to do a massive tournament or not?
I'm not sure. I haven't heard anything about that. But I'm not too sure. Ollie's probably the best man to speak to about that. Yeah. I'm not entirely sure. Darts isn't really my thing. I'm not very good at darts. I'm not going to lie. Sometimes I'm very good,
Every single year.
But other times I'm hitting the wall, all sorts, and then all of a sudden one will just bullseye.
Every single year I say we need to get
FITV dance
team up so we can go into the league with everyone else.
Now we're all looking around the room to figure out where we can put our darts board.
Isn't that right? So I don't know how long the hockey's supposed to be.
I've got no idea. But we can probably do from there to there, maybe.
So every single year we say that, and it never gets. We never do it. Anyway, I think that sort of rounds it up. I know it's only a short one this week, but quite frankly, it's Tuesday afternoon.
And we've lost interest. No, we haven't.
No, we need to get nominations for the podcast awards. Yeah, so that's it really. It's very wet and snowy down here in the Falklands.
You're glad to be back.
I am glad to be back.
Yeah. How was your quarantining for 2 weeks?
It was all right.
You did quite a lot of cooking and bits, did you? And baking
Yeah, I spent most of my time editing the drag documentary.
Oh yeah, tell us that.
Well, we filmed the drag show when we did it last year, but you and Kyle very kindly filmed backstage on the first night and then filmed it on the second night, didn't you? And you did like how we were doing makeup.
Yeah.
And then he interviewed everybody. So I was really sort of cutting that up. And putting it all together and making.
We need a grand premiere.
We do. Well, funny you should say that. Funny you should say that. It's in the pipeline.
Watch this space.
Watch this space. Yeah, it'd be good fun. Anyway, that brings us to the end of podcast 102. Again, much apologies.
Is it 102 or is it actually? It's probably podcast 100. I mean, if we.
No, it's 102.
God.
102. So I am very sorry that we haven't brought you, but we will try our best now to do it on a weekly basis so we don't lose you, and you can then legitimately nominate us for the podcast awards next year, perhaps. Just saying. Anyway, if you want to follow us on Twitter or Instagram, we haven't done a lot of Instagram recently, have we?
No, we have not.
No. Twitter or Facebook. Facebook is where it
Facebook and YouTube are where everything
is at. Or go on to fitv.co.fk and subscribe because it is literally only £60 a year.
Whoop whoop.
It's nothing. And we will see you next week.
Bye.